All right, so after competing in the world's toughest row in June, the Antigua Island girls have become the first black female team and the first Caribbean team to row across the Pacific. Oh my God, joining us now to talk about this amazing accomplishment are team members Kavinia Francis, Crystal Clashing, and Samara Emmanuel. Ladies, good morning and welcome to Smile Jamaica. So good to have you with us this morning.
Good morning.
Oh gosh, look here, Uno Brave Bad. Brave Bad. I'm looking at the pictures of essentially victory and domination that we have in the background behind us. I don't know if you can see the shot, but tell us a little bit briefly, the three of you, about your history in this particular sport.
Okay, briefly, we are absolutely not rowers. We never rowed before. Our first crossing, which we were also the first female the first all-black team and Caribbean team to cross the Atlantic in 2018 into 19. So we actually learned to row in 2018 for that crossing, which we completed in 47 days. And
What? Yeah, what? Are you all thrill seekers?
Definitely. We have an adventurous spirit at heart. I would say that's the case for all of us.
You learned to row to cross the Atlantic, and then you decided, let me just add the Pacific to the list and check that box. 41 days, 7 hours and 5 minutes at sea. You started in Cali, you ended up in Hawaii, and what an experience it was for you ladies. Kavina, let me start with you. From the jump, you were seasick, like debilitating seasickness. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I did try to use the seasickness patch. It didn't work from the time we got out of the shelter of the bay in California into the big seas. The first thing I tried to take was a energy shot because we were going 2 hours on, 1 hour off, and it came right back up. But part of our mantra is keep rowing. So I had the bucket next to me, sew up, empty it, and keep rowing because we had a mission to finish. It lasted about 3 days, but I don't know if any ever been seasick. It is
me that turn back. I would be turning back and going because Crystal, you were having PMDD, right? Premenstrual dysphoric disorder. Hallucinations, potentially row-ending episodes, but you kept rowing too?
Well, after I was able to get out of those episodes and those hallucinations, that I was able to do that with the help of my teammates. Just kept rowing. I mean, that's what we're there to do.
Samara, you are the veteran seafarer of the bunch, so when everybody else is dropping down now, you kind of had to hold the ship upright and get everybody else focused and moving despite. How difficult was that to see your team members going through that and know that as the one that was holding up healthily, you kind of had to marshal things?
Well, what I like about my teammates are that we're a very determined bunch. And like they said, our mantra is keep rowing. So despite the many obstacles that we had to face, our team still pulled together. Even Kev, when she was sick, she still managed to get on the oar. She wasn't as strong and as powerful as she normally is, but she did put the effort in. Likewise, Crystal, even though she was going through her episodes, and, we told her, you need to get some rest, you need to recover so that we can have you back stronger and healthier. She was still adamant and determined that she was going to row. So, Caribbean women, we're awesome.
Well, tell me about it. Ladies, you experienced. So normal or acceptable muscle breakdown after this kind of activity is 200%. You guys experienced muscle breakdown of more than 1,000%. Here you are weak, you are tired, what's it like being out there in just a wide open sea? What is that like for 40 how much days?
41.
What is that like?
It's a mixture of every emotion you can think about possible. We had really cold, pitch black, howling seas. Those nights are not fun, a little scary. You just was hoping for your shift to be over and for daylight. Then, you know, towards Hawaii, we had beautiful sunsets, rainbows, sunrises. So, and then, you know, the heat started coming. We had a mixture of every emotion, you know.
I can imagine.
Exciting. When dolphins came by, we were excited. You know, yeah.
So let's talk about the last 14 hours, right? Because now you have victory within your sights. We're making it home. We're almost there. Kevin, you said, no, you know, this now beat way. You pull up the soca music and you all started to roll. And for 14 hours, you rode non-stop until you got to where you were going?
Yes.
Yeah.
We didn't really have a choice. There was a system. Yeah. There was a system sitting on top of the island. You could literally see this big black cloud over Kauai. And unfortunately, it was pushing us further north than we anticipated. So we had to just jump on the oars, all three of us, and we had to row for over 14 hours with no breaks, no food, nothing. We were just determined to get into the island on our own terms.
This sounds like a movie. They've got to make a movie from this. You ladies say this has taught you about sisterhood. It has highlighted issues of mental health that you think need to be spoken more about, because you all really went through it when you were out there. I understand. Who was it that when you got to shore, it didn't register that you were to stop rowing? Which one of you was that?
It was me. We were rowing for so long, and it was just, I don't know, my brain did not click that they said stop rowing, and I just kept going because, I mean, that's what we were doing for over 14 hours. So.
Oh my gosh. So ladies, what has this taught you about yourself? We have to go to break shortly, but what has it taught you about yourselves and each other?
Yeah, so that one, we're stronger than we actually know when put in tough situations. You know, our strength shines. That's what this taught me about my teammates and myself. Like, we were able to pull through regardless of what obstacles we were faced. Because when you're on your ship, you're hour and a half, you're hungry, you're tired, you can't wait to go refuel. But in that 14 hours, water, food, sleep, nothing
mattered.
Nothing.
Yeah. Wow. Thanks, Crystal. Kevin, what about you?
Crystal?
Yeah. So for me, I took away just the amazing bond of sisterhood and unity that we formed. You know, we've been together since the Atlantic almost 5 years ago, and we've just grown as a team. And I think that's just a beautiful, beautiful thing for us women to be able to band together and have a common goal. And when things get very, very, very tough, that we are able to problem solve. And
Sam,
our relationship's still pretty good.
15 seconds, Sam. I have to go to news.
Well, I think I took away from it the experience of always like giving more. You think you don't have anything less, but you can always push a little bit more. You can always go a little bit further.
Oh, this story is one for the ages, guys. I really hope they make a movie about this, because this is amazing. Love our Antigua neighbors. Thank you so much, ladies. You've inspired me this morning, and I'm sure you've inspired many of us who are watching, because we would have turned back. Taxi! Back to shore. Thank you so much. Kavinia Francis, Crystal Clashing, and Samara Emmanuel. Stories of persistence and resilience. Don't go anywhere. We're back in a moment. Smile Jamaica returns after our second edition of News in 5. Soon come.